movement that we're gonna go over is the banded pull-up. So this is where you're actually moving through that pull-up range of motion. So you're gonna need some bands, and again, I'm linking these below. I personally use the Rogue bands, but there are cheaper options that I've linked through Amazon. And I also put in there, make sure you're purchasing the correct bands. You don't want bands that are way too thick. You also don't want bands that are too thin. So if you're purchasing from Rogue, I would recommend a red, a blue, and a green band. And then the Amazon ones, I've reflected the same idea there. So different bands will support a different amount of weight. There are numbers attached to each of these bands, but it's not really tried and true. So I would start off with the thickest band you can. So for me, that's gonna be a green band. And I will make a note here, if you cannot achieve a pull-up with just the thickest band, you can easily double up on bands or triple up on bands. So if you needed to, you could work with all of these bands. But just for this first one, I'm going to just be doing the green band. I'm attaching all of mine to start off with, and I'm simply just throwing my bands off to the side so that they're not swinging in my face as I'm doing my pull-ups. Biggest thing with bands, there's a safety component here as to how to safely get into the band. So pay attention. What I want you to do is place your foot into the band first, and you're only ever gonna put one foot in the band. I never wanna see 2 feet in the band. So one foot goes inside of the band. You're gonna put the arch of your foot in that band. Keep your foot nice and flat the entire time. So pull that toe up, keep that foot flat. If you point your toe, that band's gonna come off of your heel and give you a wedgie. So it's happened to all of us. Just stay safe. So one foot goes inside that band. I want you to keep your knee up, and then while your leg is up here, I want you to grab onto the bar. From here, now that you're stable, you're gonna use this leg and punch this band down, and your foot is gonna come onto the box first. From here, you're going to step off of the box with your band leg. So you're stepping off with your band leg first, and just like how you always do, I'm supporting my step off with this leg that's still on the box. So I'm stepping down into that band. There's still pressure back here. At that last moment, I'm taking my free leg and I'm clipping it next to that band. From here, everything stays the same as that pull-up that we did in the pull-up standard in the beginning. So doing that little scat pull-up to start, elbows come down, full whack out to the top, all the way down with straight arms. All the way up and all the way down. And so with your banded pull-ups, you're going to be able to rep out reps here. So let's say if you can achieve 10 pull-ups with the thickest band. What I want you to do now is move down in band thickness. So the thinner the band, the less help it's gonna give you. The thicker the band, the more help it's gonna give you. So eventually we want to be working with thinner and thinner bands until we get to completely body weight, right? So now I'm gonna go into my blue band here, same setup, foot in, hands on, punch it down, step off with the band, clip with the loose foot, and then rep out my pull-ups from here, right? Once you move down in bands, totally normal if you aren't gonna be able to achieve those 10 reps. You might be down to 3 reps now, and you're gonna be working with that new band all the way back up through 10 reps, and then graduating down the bands there.